We go to the line. 180.
Check 56. So don't say nothing.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Stop your whining.
Gone. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked him, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice.
Now!
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Again, Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Now from back at the 5. This is third and goal.
Check, 59.
Come back.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Tonight, 180.
56. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
That's it, baby.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's go, defense.
A shotgun snap for gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Team spell.
Alert 3, alert 3.
Go.
Alert 3.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
58's the mic, 58. 58's the mic.
Hey, high 7.
58, boys, 58. 58's Mike. Here it comes, here it comes.
Ready to go. Now.
Jones throwing on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
59. On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball. Check your hot read. Check 3, check 3. 36, 36. Kill, 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 kill. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, let's get 2nd.
2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Goff flushed out right. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
180.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Check, 4 down, 4 down.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 89 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Ready.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled?
go
The
now.
return yardage.
Gator.
Makes the play,
Pilot,
but now
64,
it's all for naught.
A good starting spot for the Redskins
Hey,
as they
box
come
drop,
up
box
1st
drop.
and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. Right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, Haywood. Ready.
58's the mic.
You gonna see me in your... Be driven.
From the gun, Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
56.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
5.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
From the 50, it's Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
This is move.
58 is Mike. I got one.
Ready.
Throwing on 1st down, Jones. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Get him.
5.
Jones now off the play fake. Incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things.
59. Check pass. Check 59.
Look at me. Zipper.
59. Mike to 59.
Hey, wahoo.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
Go.
Now Jones throwing again on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, team.
at the 4-yard line.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season.
Louis.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Right here, right here. Kill.
Value 1.
Kill. Turn up.
3rd and goal, Gurley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And Elliott puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Going the other way.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Hey, 76. 76.
After the interception, here's Gall. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd and 10, Goff again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Motion, bump. 58 for Mike, 58.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
down.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jones. Throwing again. Off to Geis on the screen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. Flush to his right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
58, come on.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
Come on now, let's go.
Ready?
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Yes, yes.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Switch, switch, switch.
Now a run with Geis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 33.
On the ready.
If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you would expect the ball to be in the air. But his ability to break off those types of runs, you can get big chunk plays on the ground as well, and he just provided one.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Okay,
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Yep.
Check 59, Mike.
Let go.
59.
They'll run with Geis. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready,
They
ready.
got to get to the 23 here on third.
Hey, orbit.
Check me out. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Now.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he locates Walker, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 14-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively, put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Hey, kill. What's that?
From the 35 on second down, Goff. And now he'll tuck it and run. And the ball is knocked out, and the Redskins scoop it. And some room to work. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking...
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically.
Now a hit and a loose football, and the Redskins scoop it. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
22-yard line.
59.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They get shut down here in the third quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
On first down, it's Gurley. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 7, Goff airing one out for Crowder. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Two.
Pass. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike.
Hey, Echo.
It's our time. It's our time. Hey, 58 is a Mike. Going 58 is a Mike.
From the gun, here's Goff. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Got it.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Nice, sweetheart.
Shoot.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. This is Geis. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball. keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now!
And bring it.
Hey, Alpha!
Check 31, check 31.
Ready?
Throwing, Jones. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check 59.
Go!
59, Mike to 59.
Let's go, D.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Danny. Mike, go.
Jones now on 1st and 10.
Come get some.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown.
A big play there.